welcome to Healthy Life with Kimmi. Well, hey guys, for those of you who do not know, I'm on a healthy weight loss journey. And today I want to talk about portion control. Portion control. How to control your portions, right? And why is that so important? So in today's society, when we go out to eat dinner, even when you buy a box plate set, the dinner plate now is larger than it was years ago. For example, I'm gonna show you. This is the salad plate, okay? This is the salad plate. It doesn't have the size on it. I wanted to tell you the size. It doesn't. But this is the dinner plate. Look at that. Look at that. Look. So if you are eating macaroni and cheese and you're eating mashed potatoes and all this good yummy stuff, and you start putting it on here, dressing, what you gonna do? You're gonna fill that plate up. Now, technically they say you should have a little bit of meat, more salad, right? A little bit of carbs. But the reality is, if you got this big old plate, you're gonna fill this plate up with all your bad stuff. And that's what I do, okay? Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. Because if we don't keep it real, we can't make any progress. So for what I do now is 99% of the time, I'm eating on this plate. I don't care what it is. If I'm eating healthy, if I'm having bad stuff, I eat on a smaller plate. Because it's going to make a difference. So if you have more calories, larger portions, it's going to mean more weight. So today's tip that I'm leaving you is eat on a smaller plate. Eat on a smaller plate. I did a video about these plates during the challenge. And during the challenge, I was talking about eating on pretty plates. And these are pretty. I love these. They're square. I bought them on purpose. They're square. But and they just make me feel good when I eat on them. But I was doing another video and I got to thinking, I said, you know what? Another reason why I love these plates is because of the size. Just simply because of the size. It gives me an option. Because when I first ordered these, I was eating dinner on these. Now my husband and I both, our go-to is this plate. And it helps to really monitor. I can't put a lot on here. In a way, it's helped me with my dieting, with my changing of my lifestyle. It really has. So portion control is important, again, so you can control the calories. You can control what you're eating. Because if you have the larger plate, and sometimes I always say my eyes are bigger than my belly, and that's true. I'll get that big plate and I'm just loading it up. And I'm sure it's happened to you too. So if I may make a suggestion, if you have a dinner plate set, eat on the salad plate. Because that's probably more of the typical size that we need to be eating. Even when you go out to a restaurant, I talked about this in the challenge. Back up. When we were doing the challenge, I talked about this. Share your portions with your friends, with your family when you go out. They give you such a large portion. I've had meals at restaurants where I have eaten off of it for 3 days. I think my stomach is shrinking and I feel really good about that because I just don't even eat the volume of food that I ate anymore. Something else that probably has been helping with that is I've been having a lot of ginger, and I think ginger does control your appetite some naturally. I do it in the form of ginger tea, ginger paste. I have a video coming out. I'm gonna show you you might have already saw that, but if not, check it out, how I make my ginger paste based on the advice of a nutritionist. And I just don't be as hungry. I'm just not as hungry as I was before. I'm just not. So, but again, if you have something larger, you're going to fill it up. You know, you have at the grocery store. That's why they have larger baskets, right? Sometimes when I go to the grocery store, I don't get the big basket. I get the little handheld little basket thing I can walk around with, because if I get the big one, I'm gonna fill it up. That's why Sam's Club and Walmart have such big grocery carts. Have you noticed in the years, if you got any age on you, if you've noticed in the last few years that grocery carts are 10 times the size that they were when we were little, okay, when we were smaller. They're large. Why? Because they already know you keep looking, you got more space, you're gonna fill it up. That's another tip that can save you some money when you go to the grocery store too. Have a list. I talked about this before a while back. Have a list. Write down exactly what you need. Stick to the outer perimeters of the store. And don't get a large basket, because if you get that basket, you're gonna fill it up, and then when you get to the register, you be like, "Ooh, how was that $300?" Has that ever happened to you? You get to the register and you like, wow, you know? So it happens to me, and that's why now I usually try to have my list. I'll take a little small handheld instead of that large basket that Sam's Club wants you to push, and Walmart wants you to push, because they already know you're gonna fill it up. So same thing with your plate, okay? So start thinking about portion control when you go out. And then, and a couple more tips with that too is, I've seen people do this, and some of my friends and family are really good about this. They'll, even though the portion size that they bring you is super large, if they're not going to split it with someone else, before they even start eating, they'll go ahead and mark how much they're going to eat. I'm going to eat this much, and then put the rest as a carry out, you know? Or some people even have it come out in a carry out and eat out of it. Now, I prefer to kind of like eyeball, I'm going to eat this much and then take the rest home. That's what I like to do. Because if not, you will sit there and I talked about one day going to Bahama Breeze, and I like that jerk pasta they have with the salmon. It comes with chicken, but I order it with salmon because my sister friend taught me how to order it right. So you get the jerk pasta, and I don't get this that often because the fat in it. And that's why my cholesterol number was high, because I ate that like twice in 1 week. It was so good though. But anyway, at Bahama Breeze, so you get the jerk pasta, but instead of chicken, get the salmon. Instead of asparagus, get the broccoli. And then add, it comes with mushrooms already, and get a little extra cream on it. Ooh, yeah. That is so good. It really is. So anyway, I digress. But when I get that, now I try to eat half of it. I eyeball the plate. I make a visible line down the middle. Eat half now and save some for the next day. Because if not, I will eat that whole thing of pasta, and you sitting there and it just keeps good. It keeps getting better and keeps getting better. But it's even better the next day. So that's another tip. When you have your leftovers, sometimes go ahead and enjoy your meal with your friends, with your family, and then take the rest of it home. Them seasonings set up in there, and the next day you got another nice, delicious meal. Okay, so that's just some tips on portion control, though. And it's so important, again, because the more you see, the more you're going to want. The bigger that plate, you're going to fill it up. Okay, so until next time, guys, this is Healthy Life with Kimmi. Bye.